Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got some special guests in the building from Growing Up Hip Hop. JoJo, Vanessa, and Angela Simmons. Welcome, guys.
Hello. Thank you. Good morning.
There's a lot going on in this family.
Yeah,
First,
always.
congratulations, JoJo, on getting married.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Angela, congratulations on the baby. And
The baby's
like
3 years later.
Yeah. I haven't seen you that long. And Vanessa, congratulations on everything you're doing. I see you're a party promoter, party planner now.
I'm a part. Oh God. Yeah.
I seen the first episode.
She's like, it happened this season. I don't know how I got into that, but yeah, I'm apparently a party planner.
Mm-hmm. Now let's talk about it. Where you want to start, Yee?
Let's get right into it, because what we've been waiting for on every single season of Growing Up Hip Hop, and it felt like it was about to happen, Angela and Romeo.
It wasn't about to happen.
It felt like last season.
No, maybe it felt like that, but I knew it wasn't about to be that.
This trailer's getting good.
She tried to plan a date, right? A double date for her and Romeo to go out, and she was going to hook him up with somebody. And he didn't want to go because really he wanted to go out with Angela.
That was kind of weird, too, because he just didn't show up.
That's probably where it all went wrong.
I mean...
Not going to lie to you.
I just thought it was a good idea. We weren't really dating in real life, so I was like, okay, cool. Like, we filming this. Like, let's just do, like, a fun double date thing. Like, we both single. And then he really didn't show up. Like, I was sitting there waiting, filming, and I was like, oh, you really had me drive all the way over here to a skating rink for this, and you just don't show up?
So would you date him?
I mean, like,
I mean, like, it's not a good answer.
That's a no.
I've known Romeo, like, since, L.A.? Like, moving out into L.A.
for a while.
I mean, have history. Yeah, but, like, we didn't really date like that.
Like, what's like that?
Like we were like cool. Like we hung a lot. Like
she actually about to put an arm around me. Like we were like, she put him in the brothers zone. Like me and JoJo. We're brother.
Well, did y'all kiss? Y'all dated if y'all kiss.
No, but it wasn't like that. Like it was very like.
It was a kiss on the forehead.
It just wasn't like that. Like
it was a good night.
We had a good time, a good run. It wasn't like that. And then I don't know. We started working together more like recently on the show. And then this season, things just kind of went left.
South.
But you texted him a couple of times.
No, yeah.
He
so
didn't
like,
hit you back, and he was kinda mad about
we're
that.
producing partners first too.
Right.
So like, after everything happened with me and my child's father and what happened with my son, he was like, "I'm gonna be there for you," and he said this on TV. So I was like, "Yo, like, if you say that, and I don't care if we film or not, really mean that."
Correct.
Because like that really means a lot to me, especially with what I have on my plate. And to me, he didn't step up at all. And I'm like, I don't expect nobody to do nothing for me. Like, whatever, it's fine. But he didn't step up.
Right.
And then so we got around time to film, and I hadn't heard from him. So I'm like, let me hit him up, see what's going on, what we doing this season. Silence. I'm like, okay. This dude's on Instagram, shirt off. I'm like, all right, let me DM him because he's clearly at the gym.
Well, you said shirt off, so that means you were checking him out. Like,
no, this is because
I seen JoJo on
this is because
shirt
this
off.
is because he's always doing this.
That's
right?
the worst when you text somebody and then you see they didn't hit you back, but they on Instagram.
But you like this, so I'm like, yo, like let me hit him. So I DM him. Silence. I'm like, okay, this is weird. So next thing you know, I'm asking people in the production, like, did y'all hear from Romeo? Because he's not responding to me. They're like, oh yeah, we heard from him. He did a scene with your sister, and I'm like, oh, okay, bet. And it's about you. And I was like, oh, so we talking about me like on TV, but we can't respond. And I don't even get like this. I don't talk about people publicly, but I feel like this is the route he wanted to go. I still haven't heard from him to this day. Like,
what?
Really?
To this day.
And y'all work together, so that's different
I haven't.
too.
We've been in the same room and I haven't heard from him.
I tried to bring them together.
They have. He's talked to her. He got JoJo upset, as you can see. Like,
JoJo.
It's not like this is something that's like fake. Like,
What's
this
he
is
mad about?
But you were planning his
Maybe
party.
I should have him up here and find out because I don't know.
But you were planning his party, Vanessa.
Yes.
And you didn't invite your sister?
I invited my sister. He
Okay.
said he didn't know. He brought me to his house to tell me how he felt about everything and said he wanted me to plan his party. And then I was like, who's invited? And he
don't like who I'm dating. He don't like.
We don't want to give away the whole
Sorry,
episode.
I took it to the party.
She like, damn, it comes on in 2 days.
Well, he doesn't like who you're dating.
Well, y'all gonna find out. It's a lot, but I'm just saying, like, it's
He
very
felt some
real what's
ways.
happening, though. But to me, it was more hurtful than anything. Like,
Maybe he likes you, And the fact you're dating somebody that he doesn't approve of is making him feel
But I
the
ain't
way.
dating nobody. I'm single.
You just said who you was dating.
No, but he's saying the people that he thinks that
That she
I'm like
goes on
mingling
dates
with if
her
I've been
or
on
whatever,
dates.
she talks to.
Oh, you in the car posting when you with another guy. Like, it's not that serious. Like, yeah, I'm single, and if I date and I choose to post anything, that's on me. But I'm very private about my dating life. So no one even really knows when I am dating someone unless I want it to be known. So it's
So you
like,
go on one date on this last season.
yeah, but that was like, that it was different. But anyway, it's it's weird.
And I think first and foremost always is friendship, right? And like you said, you did go through a lot.
Yeah.
And he said he was going to be there for you. And I think that should trump everything.
100%. And so that's where I thought that friendship would come into play. And I would think, like if you have an issue with me, you're going to tell me before you go on TV and have a conversation with anybody about me.
Well, let's talk sisterhood then, since we want to talk about.
Oh, wait, before we do that, right? Let's just say let's play. Now, if I liked her, right, and I felt I was attracted to her and I wanted to date her, and I felt she was dating some lames, I might feel a way too. Because if I didn't like her and I didn't care, then who would care? But if I felt the way and I liked it and I see you dating some lames and I think it's some whack dudes, I might feel a way.
Then you
But would you have a conversation, or are you going to be like a little boy and not say nothing?
But what I got to do with it? Why you got to come
She
to
said,
me?
what I
Like, I was
Or
in the middle.
maybe Romeo still has a crush on Vanessa.
No, I don't think that's ever a thing.
Goodness gracious, you just gonna break up this family. Goodness
That's
gracious.
just too much.
And then
I
you
don't.
told him to have his big boy pants. You told him to have his big boy
God.
pants
Who said that? You said that?
I said it on TV or right now?
Oh, okay.
on TV.
Well, because I feel like you're going about it in
pull-ups
like
on.
a little boy way.
Pull up to it.
No, because like any other time you could text me, you could call me, and you're mad because I'm not answering certain things. Like you text me, I respond. If you ask a one-on-one question, if you sending Bible verses out, okay, I digested. Do I have to respond to it? Do I have to every
If
time?
someone sends you a Bible verse, you should
I
at
have
least
a lot of,
you
no,
could at
I
least
have
put
a
a
lot
little
of
like
friends.
heart or something.
The prayer.
I
Yeah.
usually do, but I have a lot of friends that send mass
responded.
text prayers stuff
I
out.
just double tap. That's my response. It's a double tap. Like,
I would say
did you
thank you,
say it?
'cause
But
it's thoughtful.
I
Yeah,
double tap it.
So people who are just listening out there, if you don't know, Romeo sends out these Bible quotes every Sunday.
Right.
And he, expects for people that he sends them to respond. Vanessa usually responds with an amen.
Yeah,
Thank
or
you.
I say thank
JoJo
you.
responds with a gotcha, thumbs up,
Or a double tap.
or a
Won't he
double
do
tap.
it?
And Angela just does nothing.
Leaves it
a
on the
couple of my
scene.
friends that send me Bible verses. Sometimes it hits home. Oh, this is right up my alley. So I read it. Okay, cool.
So
Right.
none of them.
It's not that it didn't hit home, but like if
None of them hit home.
He curates them. It's like his Bible notes.
And
It's
sometimes
not
I
like
hit the
just a
heart
verse.
when we on Instagram because he'll send them on there too. Church notes, and I hit the little button. And sometimes
The
I
little
just don't. Like I might wake up, my son's doing. Oh Jesus! All right, read it. Put it down and keep it moving.
that's true,
Unless you
though,
say,
too.
"Ange,
Sometimes you got a lot of
what's
stuff
up?
going on.
What'd you think? Because I thought this was really for you today. Then I'm gonna respond.
So for
It's a
all
group
36
text. So
of
in a
all-
group text, you're not obligated
all
to.
36 of them, she ain't answer.
Nah, I said I'd respond to some. After a while, I just started realizing that it was like, first I thought it was very personal, like when he first started. And I was like, oh, that's really nice. And I was like, wait a minute, everyone's getting this. Okay, cool.
Okay. So JoJo, you wanted to put the pause on him.
Nah, it wasn't. It
I mean,
wasn't.
the way that the episode looked and the trailer looked like that, y'all were really into it, really arguing, really beefing.
But see, obviously editing and all that other good stuff. But it was no physical stuff gonna happen. It was more. I was annoyed because I was leaving it alone. I was already annoyed because I'm a protector of my sisters, but overall my family. That's just how I am. I'll jump into a fire whether I know if I'm gonna die or not. It is what it is. I'm gonna do it for them. But I wasn't even really worried about the situation until he had came up to me in the scene. I'm not gonna talk about it much, but he came up to me in the scene, and I kind of felt pressed about it. Like, you pressing me and you telling me I'm not married to your sister and all that stuff. Like, she's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the other way around almost. So I kind of got
Like I'm pressed.
yeah. Like, so I kind of got annoyed. I'm just like. That's when you see me kind of saying, like, oh, are you scared to talk to you? Come and talk to everybody else. You talking to Vanessa. You come and
Right.
talking to me about the shit. I'm not even paying attention to you because this is something, whatever. This is between y'all two. But that's why I turned up because I felt pressed. And I felt like you trying to, like, what is we doing here? Like,
Would you
I'm
like
not
to
going to do this on camera. What we not going to do is try to be funny
That's what
or
I
try to
tried to
play
do
somebody
now,
on
yeah.
camera. I'm a real person. You feel what I'm saying? And I like to talk to people for real. Like, and I tell people we could go off the camera and we could talk or we could do whatever we got to do. You know what I'm saying? It's not on some tough shit.
You got your
or none
Timbs
of
on
that.
today, JoJo?
Now I got my Yeezy boots.
Okay, just want to make sure.
JoJo got his Timbs on.
Nah, but it's not
Ready.
even on some tough shit. It's more on some respect.
Right.
Respect. We would never disrespect. What I told Vanessa, I told everybody. I said I would never disrespect his sister in any way. So the same way applies for my family. Don't come talking about my sister. If you disagree with the way she moves or how she acts, keep it moving. But there's no reason to
he doesn't
call
like the
my
pictures
other
I
sister,
post too, right?
do a scene publicly for the world, and be like, I don't like that she does this. What's the point of it? You feel what I'm saying? But you're not answering her and telling her that yourself. Y'all could have dealt with that
That's
yourself.
my issue.
You feel what I'm saying? And that didn't have to go to camera. And if y'all didn't want to shoot together no more, then whatever. Let the world guess why they not filming together no more. But now you want to come and do that, and now he want to backtrack. It's like, I'm not even going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's whack to me.
And I don't even speak about people. I don't even have intentions, but I have to be honest. You're not gonna have me looking dumb on TV because you don't want to have a conversation with me.
Right.
When all it took was a hey, so listen, this is how I feel about you. Bet
That's
whether
what I'm
I
talking
disagree or agree with you. Cool.
And
you
y'all
said
have
what
such
you
a
said as a
history.
friend, and that's it. But don't have me looking dumb
just gotta
on
be
TV.
real about it.
That's crazy.
You gotta be real about it.
He's like holding a grudge.
You just gotta be real. You know
Y'all
what
should
I'm
have
saying?
him up here, have a conversation
It's
with
because,
him. Maybe
like
tell
you
you
Well,
said-
he's actually in the next room. No, I'm kidding.
It was supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be genuine love between them to me, and that's not genuine if you just want, you can automatically cut somebody off because of how they move. But just a year ago, you like, I'm here for you. You know, the father, your child passed away, hit me whenever, and then it's like, I don't like the way you
Radio
move. It
silence.
shouldn't matter.
So how's marriage life for you? Because I seen you do one thing wrong already, right?
What I do
Oh
wrong?
my God.
You got in an argument and you walked out.
Oh God.
You can't walk out on an argument. Now you're married. You can't walk. Like you stuck there forever. There's no walking out. You're there.
I had to walk out, get some air, you know what I'm saying? I walked to the front of the house. I ain't go nowhere, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes I feel like I don't want it to escalate, so
Yes.
I just remove myself from the situation.
I'm a
you know
fan
what
of the
saying?
walkout when
I
you
don't-
feel like
know what
it's
I'm saying?
going-
Not
it's
no
too
disrespectful walkout either. Like, you know what? Let me get some air. Obviously, they're gonna edit it to make it look like I just walked out. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
But I would never just walk out
I
without
think
saying.
sometimes walking out is better than staying and like you said,
And saying things you
making the
don't mean.
argument even worse. And then now it just escalates. We got to calm down
Yep.
before we can speak to each other again.
And except for now, when I walk back in, people more calm and we can sit down
You
and
can have a
talk about it.
conversation. Okay, I get that.
Right.
So how is the marriage life now?
I mean, it's the same. Like, I was just explaining. look, no, but for
Same.
real,
We were together
it
9
feels better.
years.
But what I was just explaining to somebody out there, he was asking me how the marriage was, and I said only the people that weren't ready to commit or really take the relationship serious feel like marriage is a new step or something that's so different. Oh my God, I gotta be, because you still want to go out there and do your thing. But a guy that already is committed and to his relationship and knows what he wants and how he wants to move with his woman, that's your wife, and that's just what it's gonna be. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're already committed, so you're already locked in. You know what I'm saying? Only guys that don't want to be locked in feel like it's a new thing to be in a marriage. To me, that's how I feel about marriage. That's how I thought about it one day. I was like, it don't feel new because I was doing this stuff already anyway. You know what I'm saying? I was committed to this relationship anyway. It's the guys that are not, and the guys that are still doing their thing and doing what they want to do.
Now, let me ask you, since the new season is starting, right? Let's flash back to the last season. Pastry.
Yes.
Now, Vanessa, you really wanted to bring pastry back, and Angela wasn't as interested in doing that. So how did you feel about that, and where is that at now?
Well, pastry never really stopped. It still exists in like the spirit market and dance. It's really big in the dance world. And I did go back as creative director, so I'm working with the brand to just kind of bring a more fitness edge to it. Angela did not come back with me, and it's no hard feelings. We are going to have, disagreements in business, and we're not always going to work together. I think people were just so used to us always working together that
do
they
y'all
really
own
wanted
pastry?
to see that. Yeah, but we left in 2012 to just kind of get to know ourselves more. We got into that business at such an early age that, there was more growing to do. So we relinquished our shares and left in 2012.
They cashed out and dipped.
Cash out.
pretty
But you
much.
would have preferred for Angela to be on that trip with you.
100%. I'm looking at her right now. But, 100% I would have loved for that to happen. But, I have a daughter who's very creative, loves designing herself. And I want to show her that, your dreams are valid at any age, and show her, what mommy did at a young age, and that when she becomes of age, she can do that too.
Now, why did you leave pastry? Why didn't you want to come back?
It had been years. We went back, revisited it. When I revisited, for me, business-wise, it didn't make sense and it didn't work for me. We both have different and separate entities going on. My focus really is like women empowerment stuff. I am working on some fashion stuff, but mainly my Purpose app, which people please download that, by the way. But I'm just focused on doing that stuff. Like, I have a lot of other stuff that I'm doing, and my hands are like, I'm full. They're full. My plate's full, and I'm just trying to get everything in order. So it just didn't make sense for me at the time. Maybe in the future, who knows? But right now, it just made sense like that.
Now, last time you were here, JoJo, you said you weren't following your sisters because some of the pictures they post. Are you following?
Nah, I just,
not you.
Shit,
Angela.
I follow Angela, but when I
don't
know
throw
she
me
goes
under
on
the bus.
vacations or something,
Right.
quick.
Swipe right past it real fast.
I just take you off my closest friend list.
No,
when I go on
I'm cool being
vacation
on your
anyway.
closest friend list because
Nah,
that don't matter
vacation.
because it's what you post on your page. It don't be your story. It be the whole Cheeto picture.
Oh, you gonna bring
Why
that
you
up?
gonna bring
right
that
now?
up?
Cheeto
Because
picture.
you don't remember the cheat with the orange fur and the Cheetos? Man, I was
Orange
like,
fur and Cheetos. What?
listen, y'all look up the
Why you gonna
Cheeto
bring that
picture.
up?
Because that's the type of
She
stuff
was
I'll be like,
embarrassed. What was the Cheeto picture? Where was the Cheetos? Why
I
was it so
I
embarrassing?
was in Tulum and I took a picture in a jacket. My stylist asked me to take a picture and I had some Cheetos and I took a picture sitting like this and I had the Cheetos and everyone.
In your crotch?
yes.
Yes.
It wasn't like that.
So
I
you
was,
see what I'm
no,
saying?
I
So
was
what I do
sitting
is I
down
just scroll.
and it was just
Quick,
like
keep
this.
going up.
Scroll quick.
I was minding my business.
I see
It wasn't
Angela
like-
Simmons, scroll.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Unless
ever look at the comments to see who's leaving the comments? Any of your friends leave a comment, be like, I gotta see this person.
Man.
I don't even want to know.
I'll be fighting people in comments.
No, I
if
wouldn't
look
even
through.
fight though because I've been dealing with your sisters are pretty on my life. That's a compliment.
Right.
I always said that. Like I'll be mad if somebody say, "Yo, your sister's that ugly." You know what I'm saying? And I'm be like, "What? What you talking about?" But that's a compliment to me. I always say my family beautiful.
And you
know what
are
I'm saying?
very protective of your sisters. So,
Yeah.
for instance, right, I was thinking about last season.
Goodness gracious, this
When
Cheeto picture,
you,
man.
Oh my God, Envy.
You see it?
She's
Jojo.
right here. Don't look
Gracious.
at this
He
right
just showed
now.
it to me. Oh my
No,
God.
don't
She
show
getting
anyone.
red,
She getting red.
Don't
She
bring,
getting red.
don't bring it back up.
Gracious.
Because I had to use a good example.
Wait, it
and that
might
was the
not be.
best
One
example.
was on my
Supposed to
story,
reset.
so it
That was
didn't
four.
count.
You just showed me 4 pictures together.
You gotta slide.
Because people went on my story and screenshot it. That wasn't really supposed to go on the main page.
Gracious.
Sheesh.
Oh my goodness. All right, I'm sorry.
Fiery Cheetos?
What
I think they were fiery
I wasn't that
Cheetos.
close. Were they fiery?
It was just to match the jacket. I wasn't even eating the Cheeto.
Goodness.
Nobody was looking that close. Thank God. He's like, I don't know. You're not gonna have me tied up on the radio.
Go ahead.
Oh, so anyway, for instance, right, last season, were there things that you felt like maybe were too much to be on the show? And these aren't scenes that involve you guys, but like with Brie. She went through a lot, I feel like, that was on camera. And I know she was upset that certain things were portrayed on the show at different times. So what do you think of, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, that's the thing about doing reality TV is that, you know, they're going to catch the good stuff and they're going to catch the sometimes
Horrible stuff.
not so great stuff. And it's unfortunate that she had to have that played out in front of the world because nobody, when you look back, no one wants to see that. But I mean, I wish her the best. And I think that she's in a much better place now.
Thanks.
And, you know, hopefully it helped her grow as a person, being able to see it firsthand.
Right.
You know?
Because I would hope that things like that, when it happens and it's public, that people are concerned. And they're like, okay, we need to make sure she's good
Yeah.
in the space that she's in. So is there ever any like backlash from stuff like that where people are like, how could you?
People always have opinions.
Always. Every day. Every hour.
Right.
Like, it's not cool when I get to, like, me and Angela have disagreements on the show and we have to look back at it and people think we're
And
not
y'all in a good
actually really
space now.
cool. Yeah, we're actually in a good space.
Where's your sister? You don't
Yeah.
hang with her.
Oh
Now,
my
let's
God.
be honest. What did y'all really think about Peppa's boyfriend?
Whatever works for people. I don't.
Who's Pepper's
'Cause they- I
boyfriend?
mean, they
That was
broke
the-
up or
the
whatever.
the big white boy?
No.
She had a big,
Who's
she had a
that?
big white boy.
I said a big boy with curly hair, crazy.
Nah, she was dating
Wait, who was that?
just a guy. I think he was an artist, but you know,
He was her security, right?
at first.
At
Oh.
first.
Oh, Andre.
Yeah.
I stay out of folks' business.
Yeah, I mean that's not. Yeah, it's really not.
But it's hard to when it's
Well,
a
I
reality
know.
show.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
harder
Yeah, but I
to-
just say
to
whatever
stay in
works
your
for people. If
business.
that
What's
makes
wrong
you
with it?
happy, then
Y'all gonna ignore me?
Huh?
Describe. What's up? Why
Well,
was
they
up?
did end up breaking up because it hurt her career, right? So let's talk about love and careers. If you're dating somebody and it ends up hurting your career and you see like she was losing potential shows and potential money, but say you really care about somebody, what's more important?
you need to go sit down and figure out and
What's
weigh
gonna
out
make you happy?
what makes the most sense. Sometimes people will prefer love over their career. I mean, sometimes you've gotten so far in your career where you can say, you know what, I'm gonna focus more on my relationship than my career. I just think it depends on what the person really wants and what they value the most, because we do things based off of what we value. So
True.
I think it's based off of the value.
Now, Angela, you also opened up a little bit more in this last season, and I saw you were doing that empowerment women's conference.
Yeah.
And I know stuff like that is still difficult for you, like to answer certain questions and give so much. Is that getting easier?
It's not difficult. I mean, I think being open is not a difficult thing for me. It's just being honest. And the reason I do the women empowerment stuff is because I've been through a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I've firsthand dealt with abuse and never really spoke out about it. And I know that there are a lot of women that are stuck and stuff like that, which is why I made my program Pressure Makes Diamonds, because it's not what you went through, but what you come out as.
Right.
So it's like people need to tell their story from where they're at now and not be ashamed of what flaws and what they have. Because I went through that quietly and like fought my own silent like public battle because people would never know. And like it's hard to get out.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that it needs to be talked about, and women need to protect themselves or get like people around them, because you need support in order to get out. You can't do it alone.
Now, what, you say abuse. Now, how come you didn't tell your sister or your brother or your father or your mother at that time? Because you seem like you have a strong relationship with your family.
It's like, I think when you're in it, it's something you want to get through, kind of like you want to work through it. First of all, you can't believe you're in it.
Right.
You're like, wait, how did I get here? You know what I mean? And then you're like, it's gonna go away. It's not gonna keep happening.
Did it start off like a yoke? Did it start off a grab of a hand? Did it start off like that?
It just starts off small, flicking your head, and next thing you know, things are being thrown at you. So it's like, I guess it just happens so quick. And so those conversations really don't happen, which will for me happen with my family until I'm done with it. I'm like, okay, I'm in a better headspace, and I know that I'm done, and I can like focus in and like get therapy and move on.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's a tough situation. It's definitely tough to talk about while you're in it. And I know I have found that there have been a lot of women that just don't speak about it, and they're stuck in relationships, marriages, whatever it is.
Right.
Being they stay either for their kids, or they stay because they don't have financial means to get out of it. But by all means, like, you could wind up not here tomorrow, you know, and it happens to women all the time. And so I just encourage people to get help. Like, even if you're silently getting help, you got to get help.
Absolutely.
And
It's
you
just
always
really
think in your head, like, that'll never happen to me. If that happens to me, I'll just...
Oh, I was that number one person. Never. I could never.
Until it happens to you, and you're like, I'm embarrassed to tell anybody. Is this my fault? Is this going to
I think it's more of a scared thing. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, and I don't know if I would have been embarrassed or just more afraid or not sure what is going on, or is this really this person doing this to me? You know what I mean? Because you see different sides of people. And so they could be abusing you, but then they're loving you at the same time. You're like, all of a sudden you're confused. So it is, it's tough, but that's definitely why I've created programs and why I'm really big on women empowerment and all that stuff.
Right.
Now, Bow Wow, it seems like you and Bow Wow have a great relationship.
I've known him since 17.
Is there any sparks in that situation?
I mean, that's my...
Because it just always looks like every time I see y'all on the camera, I see something there.
And you know, Romeo and Bow Wow battled it out on the basketball court over Angela, too.
Who won?
Romeo.
But it was more like a team game. Like, Romeo won because he picked up like all
wasn't like
the
a
best players. It was in his hometown. Master P they had all the best players
JoJo
on their
definitely
team.
likes
They had
Bow
me
Wow
on Bow
over
Wow.
Romeo.
No, they had me on Bow Wow team.
Oh,
Look,
you
we
lied.
like,
You was on that
we
team?
both 5'7". What we gonna do? I
damn
got
it,
6
JoJo.
footers on that team. Like, what was we really gonna do against them?
So
We was
you
doing our
helped
thing.
Bow Wow lose.
Huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
What'd you say? No, I
helped
ain't help
Bow
Bow
Wow
Wow lose. I was chilling, really. You know what I'm saying?
That's the reason why they
I
lost.
played a couple minutes. You know what I'm saying?
I played a couple minutes.
You know what I'm saying? But I was really chilling.
So now, any sparks with Bow Wow?
That's my people. Like, I've known them since I was 17. So you gotta imagine, like, we've seen each other go from 17 to like where we're at now. Like, that's forever.
Right.
I mean, like, we'll always be like real cool. As far as anything happening, I don't know.
Think about how long you had a crush on them.
Yeah, I did. I remember
I
my
remember
dad
being
used to
kids,
call.
yo. She
He
used
was
to
on the
love
court with Jermaine
Lil Bow
Dupri,
Wow.
and he called him. I was so
I'll never
excited to
forget
talk to him. Then
That's
that
why
was
it's
like 10 years
crazy
old.
to me. Like, they go through this.
Right.
Like, you used to really actually have a crush on them, and now you're like, I don't know if
Yeah, I used to be on tour with Bow and everything.
Wow.
She used to really,
Yeah, like we went to all of
have
the
a woman, but, you
Marion
know.
Bow Wow tour, Chris
Well, you go
Brown.
back. That'd be a nice time to
We
reunite
going to the
on
Millennium
the
Tour
yeah.
2020?
I'm sure we got tickets.
We
Keep,
lit.
keep little Fizz away from Angela. I'm just saying that.
Oh my God.
Listen, that's their business. I need to. Marion is official. I like the way he handled things. You know what I'm saying? I
Petty
gotta
as hell.
start
I'm that
handling
petty.
things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Goddamn right. I'm
That
that
was
petty.
nice.
Now,
Now,
Yo Gotti, has Yo Gotti ever reached back out to you?
Oh,
Because
my
he had. Speaking of crushes, he had a huge crush on you.
Yeah, he's cool. I'm a friend. What?
But the way you say, yeah, he's cool. Like,
Nah, I'm friends with Gotti. He's cool people.
shout out to Yo Gotti. Man.
What? Why are you looking at me
Nothing.
like
I'm
this?
just nothing.
He's cool people.
Nothing.
Now, Vanessa, acting, what's going on? Because we, of course...
Well, acting, I just finished up season 2 of Monogamy. I think I came up here and talked
Yes,
to
you
you guys
did.
about that. So that's back on UMC and Amazon Prime. And then I just heard that Games People Play got picked up for season 2. So
Turn
I'm
up.
excited about that. It's working out. The acting thing. It's always been a dream of mine. So happy to.
And
be
all
able
of
to
y'all
continue
pursuing, because JoJo, you're still doing your music with the label.
I'm not doing no music.
But
I have
but you have artists. I don't mean you.
Let's keep that clear. JoJo is not doing
I ain't doing no damn music.
I'm talking
Put that
about
on.
with the
Listen.
label, with the studio.
No, but yeah, doing the label, and I'm managing artists. Well, not managing, signing artists, and I'm developing artists, producers, writers. Like when I go to LA, I have a whole writing camp where
Right.
we just write songs, and whether somebody want to pick it up or we use it for another artist, it is what it is. But I'm definitely always going to be involved in music. That's my number one love was music. So me making it, not so much, but me, involved in it, of course.
Okay.
Well, we
Little
appreciate
twist
you
hanging
guys
around.
for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank
I need
you
to
for
flip some
having
houses,
us.
man. I'm not
as
playing.
always.
I'm telling you, come on.
We
I
doing
saw
this,
you with
no?
Angela.
We
You
getting your
heard?
sister something
I need a couple.
I'm
Even my wife
excited.
was like, you need to hit up DJ Envy because he's really. I said, listen, I've been trying to. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't I go with you?
Listen,
Didn't I go with you?
You had the same trainer, even though I haven't used him in years.
JoJo, you know you can reach out directly. That sound like you didn't reach out directly to Envy.
Look, we had Angela in house.
We went to the. Didn't we go to car show?
Yeah.
We've been hanging.
Listen, cars is cool, but I want to flip some
But
houses.
West, you got to
I wanna
start
flip some
somewhere.
houses.
All right. Well, we appreciate you for joining us, Vanessa, Angela, and JoJo Simmons.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
new
you.
season of Growing Up Hip Hop
This
premiere
Thursday.
is coming on the
December
Thursday.
5th.
Tune in
Thursday,
because
9
it's
p.m.
getting
WeTV.
real in real life, man.
All right. We'll
Facts.
see if
Real.
Angela's
Yeah, that
going to
trailer
date
look crazy.
Romeo
I'm
or
not.
if she's going to date Bow Wow.
Or maybe she'll find
And
a
you get
whole
to see
new
Rev
person.
Run on this season.
Right.
Oh,
that
yeah,
too.
we did see Rum. All right. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.